Good evening. Or should I say bad evening? Sorry. Bad evening. Bad evening. Bad evening. On our stream on the channel, you can see the title of the stream, and you can see it, obviously. England 1, France 2. It is what it is. But listen, let's just bring the people and have their thoughts. So I'm joined by Manny. How you doing, Manny?
All good, all good, all good. You can see the title, you see my name, you see what's after that. I mean, look, we can be proud of the boys, definitely, but again, we've seen it over and over again. Heroic defeat, tears for heroes, dressed in white. It wasn't quite right on the night, and now we all go home having put up a fight. It could have been all songs in the street. It was getting complete. It would have been so sweet, but now we're left singing 3 lines on that shirt, Jules Rimet still gleaming, about to be 60 years of hurt. Will we ever be stopping dreaming?
100%. And the next guest is Joe. How you doing, Joe?
Bad evening to you two. Yeah, it's just it's just bollocks, and it's just just nothing more to say.
The next guest, I haven't had him in a while. He's going back. He's chilling. He's chilling. And it's David. How you doing, David?
Yeah, football's not coming home, but Rashford, Maguire, and Shaw are, so I'm happy about
that. You've still got Varane and Lissandro out there.
Yeah, I know, but we've got enough players now for the Burnley game, so I'm happy.
Bloody Burnley.
You're missing 2 central defenders. I mean,
yeah, we've got
Lindelof now. Lindelof. Seriously,
Maguire and Lindelof.
Clutching at straws.
Yeah, I know, but I'd rather have the other two. But I'd rather have Rashford back than probably anybody. So I'm happy with that. And we've got Bruno. Dalot
but again, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Saliba's still there for Arsenal, right, Joel?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really play though, so there's no chance of him getting injured at least.
Training.
Yeah, training, but he'd have training with Arsenal anyway. So
yeah, but he could fall over. He could fall down the stairs.
No, but if he was at Arsenal, he'd be playing in the friendlies, so more of a chance.
But listen, we still got 2 more people to add, so let's just.
You don't have to.
Next, a very depressed Mason.
Yeah, Southgate out, bro. I just want to say, Manny, you're spot on, mate. 60 years of hurt, man. 60 years of hurt.
Listen, I know England lost, but it's only right we play this video.
Bro, yeah, you don't know the thing.
The hell am I, bro?
Where you from?
Bro, it's me, Waleed.
Hey, Waleed! Blood!
That guy's got bigger eyebrows than Mason.
Euro 2024, only come. It's coming, lads. 58 years of fight is over. No, I'm not gonna lie though. Yeah, I'm not too happy about what happened, but it is what it is, man. As David said, club over country all the time. Happy for the Arsenal lads coming back, obviously.
You know what I will say? You've heard of Elf on a Shelf. How about Harry Kane on the plane?
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Kane on a plane.
Kane, man. If you didn't play for
let me just say, when it came to the crunch, Kane just was not able.
How many times have I said that?
When it comes to bottling, Kane is Spurs through and through, man. Like through and through.
Yeah.
David's always said that he's overrated. David, you've always said that he's overrated.
Yeah. He's
what?
He's the Alan Shearer of this era. Overrated.
Oh, Kane. Oh yeah, same. Oh wow, we actually agree on side. David,
no, I want to see what Hashim says about Mason Mount. That's what I want to see.
Mason Mount, bro.
Mason Mount is fucking dog.
Can I say?
Hold on, didn't he come on for Saka? May I just add? Didn't he come on?
It don't even matter. Hey, I would have brought Ramsdale on for Saka ahead of Mount.
I can't lie. The fact that Maddison got 0 minutes.
I want to touch Saka off.
Why was Grealish coming on in 94th minute or 96th minute?
Exactly.
Let's just dedicate this moment to Gareth Southgate, right?
Exactly. Okay, so let me just start with this.
On behalf of the country, please, you've done well played. You've got us to a semi-final. You've got us to a final. Now you've got us to a quarter-final. Wow. Congratulations, okay? But please, resign, please. Let someone take the ship of England. Let someone guide us towards something that will be good, because our group of players are young and very hardworking, and they can win this. Yeah, they can win trophy in them. They can win the World Cup or the Euros, whichever one. Yeah, But Southgate, please leave, man. Just leave.
I heard Southgate's leaving England. He's going to take the Arsenal job.
No way, man. We've got Super Mikel Arteta, bro.
No chance, man. Now, I can't lie. The fact that Madison, the best Premier League number 10, got 0 minutes this entire season. So
What?
this entire World Cup. That is
Best
disgrace.
number 10.
He's
Best
been the
number
best
10.
10 in the Premier this season. 100%.
He has been
Yeah, I
really
agree.
good.
He's one of the best
Who's your best number 10 then, David?
Marcus Rashford.
Oh, come on, man.
Not by
Madison
number.
better.
Oh, you know what? If we're
Different
doing that, then
positions,
it's Harry
different
Kane.
positions.
Don't do that.
He wears a number 10.
Yeah, Harry
Yeah,
Kane's
I
been
know.
better.
Oh,
Harry
no,
Kane's
no,
been
Well, he
better.
wore the
shouldn't.
number 11 for England, though.
Yeah, Rashford's the number 11, man.
Mate, if Rashford scored that free kick, oh my god, that was
Oh,
so
it's
If
close.
Rashford would have
Yeah,
actually
but then,
scored
but
that
then,
free
but then
kick.
here's the thing, and this sort of segues back to what Mason was saying. You know, for all of the credit we give Southgate for being tactically on the button before the game, in terms of, I mean, he was ruthless enough to bench Rashford and bring Saka back for the second round clash against Senegal, and it worked a treat with Saka doing as well as he did. I mean, before the game, he gets it spot on, but during the game, he's absolutely clueless. And his substitutions, Mason, you'll agree with me, mate,
Yeah,
perfect proof that he has to go. You've got two of your two best substitutes are Marcus Rashford and Jackie Grealish. And during that Euro final, I was crying out for Jackie Grealish to come on in the second half. He brings them on as soon as extra time comes on. He brings on Rashford in the dying seconds for him to take a penalty. And he's
injured.
once again, Southgate has once again now thrown Grealish under the bus this time. And then bringing Rashford on with 5 minutes to go reminds me of Euro 2016 when Woy brought him on against Iceland, hoping that he would work a miracle. Fat lot of good that did us. I mean, at least this time around, we progressed further than the second round of Euro 2016. But still, it's another reminder that, you know, Southgate just doesn't really have the ability to try and make things happen during the game. And I think it's fair to say that not since Glenn Hoddle, and that's a damning indictment, not since Glenn Hoddle have we had a coach who was so tactically, you know, spot on during the game and always willing to try and go out and attack and try and, you know, get a win. And during France 98, for all of the criticisms we might have had of him during the run up to that tournament and maybe even during the tournament and afterwards, of course, he got it tactically right. And we could have snatched a draw twice against Romania through Michael Owen. Of course, we ended up qualifying. Even against Argentina after Bex got sent off, we still took it to 2-2. We could have won it had Sol Campbell's goal stood, had Alan Shearer not committed that foul in the penalty area. But again, it's all ifs and buts, sweets and nuts, and we'd all have a Merry Christmas. But seriously, are England's coaches so tactically naive and so tactically passive and so defensive that they aren't willing to try to do anything and be more proactive to make something happen and bring on the right substitutions? I mean, is this a damning indictment of England's coaches? What do you boys think of this?
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly add on that. Yeah, I agree with your saying. I actually think that we're better off bringing in, I know a lot of people want English coaches for England, and I think we're better off bringing in someone who knows what they're doing, because these coaches, Roy Hodgson didn't know what he was doing. Southgate, tactically, he's okay before the game, but on the actual pitch, when it matters, he's not. The substitutions are rubbish.
For me, appoint Pochettino, man. Appoint Pochettino.
Yeah, exactly. I would take it. I'm not being funny, but we need someone who's actually going to get the best out of these players. And Southgate, Roy never, and now Southgate isn't either. You know, I'm sorry, but
all I've got to say is, right, at least England stayed in it longer than the crybaby Ronaldo
and Germany.
I mean, I know it was only about 3 hours longer, but they were in it longer than the crybaby.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, we've got to discuss that as well. I mean, I got a lot of shit.
David, we'll save that for later. But
yes, we'll save that for later.
There is something that I want to bring up.
Yeah, I want to bring something up because I think everybody knows what it's about, and I got a lot of shit for it on other social media.
Oh, what, Ronaldo?
This man right here.
Yeah.
This man right
here. He had a good game.
He did not, David, man. Put this guy in the back room.
He did.
Room 101.
Hey, if you saw the Argentina-Netherlands game, seriously, that referee today was 10 times better than the referee yesterday.
Nah,
Mate, listen.
bro,
Let me
this
tell
ref
you one
was
thing.
terrible.
You can't just clutch at straws and compare. I mean, I will say that he wasn't bad necessarily, but obviously there were a few calls which I think he got wrong. You know, I was commentating on the game, and I thought that foul by Upamecano on Kane, you know, just whether it was sort of in that periphery, I think it was actually inside the penalty area. Upamecano was trying to get the ball. He failed miserably, sort of tripped up Kane. I don't know what either the referee or the VAR people were thinking, but I've seen penalties like that given. And credit to the referee, he did give a couple of penalties in Kane's favour. But still, there were at least one or two marginal calls in the first half, which I believe should have gone England's way. I'd say he allowed the game to flow a little bit for the most part, wasn't too card happy, but still there were one or two things he could have done better.
Talking
Yeah,
about
Manny, I
cards,
agree with what you're saying because it's just the inconsistency of VAR all the time. Like, if you can't have one thing and then just change up every single time, and that's always been a problem. Even throughout this tournament, we've seen crazy penalties given. We've seen blatant. Like, there's just no consistency. We don't know what's going to happen.
The thing is, though, I don't actually know if this is, as everyone knows, I haven't been watching. I watched the England game today because I was fucking bored. There was nothing else to watch, literally. No, I'm not even lying. I only watched it because there was fuck all else on. And I've literally watched every single Christmas film, some twice already. But apparently someone on social media put that yellow card for Maguire in the 88th minute, whenever it was the first yellow card that an England player has had all tournament.
Yeah, that's true.
Apparently.
Of course, it's Harry Maguire.
Who thinks that Harry Kane shouldn't have took that second penalty?
Yeah,
And
me. I don't think you should have took the second one. You know why? Because Lloris clearly knows what he's going to do, and he tried to go He tried to go a little bit higher than his first one. Why didn't he just go right? The amount of speed I've got, the amount of power I can put on this.
It's not about that. Me personally, I don't think it was because of Lloris. I just think that he just choked because this isn't the first time a high pressure penalty Harry Kane missed.
I would have let Harry Maguire take it.
Denmark, he still missed against Denmark. That's what people are forgetting.
I actually agree with David on that.
There we go.
Harry Maguire take that.
Can someone go
can take penalties?
Harry Maguire.
Check on Mason.
But so can Kane. This is the thing. Kane can take penalties. We saw it. We saw it against today against France. He can take them. I think he just lost it in a moment. I honestly think that he just bottled it.
I think Mason's ill. That's twice he's agreed with me.
Yeah, I know. I probably am, bro. I probably am.
He's probably still.
I'll do a COVID test straight after this, bro.
I'll
send it to you if I am, bro.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair though, I hear you guys' frustrations about Southgate and his crazy substitutions, which are still like
they were shit.
Weird.
But to be honest, he should have started Rashford. How can
in terms of the starting 11, I feel like those are problems.
I said this to my family, right, and I'll say this to you guys, and I'll say this live, right. If Southgate hasn't resigned from England tomorrow morning by the time I wake up UK time, yeah, bear in mind I'll probably wake up about 10:30. It's Sunday, and 10:30, 11, yeah. If he is not gone by the time I wake up, then madness.
Well,
It's FA and bottomless, man. Honestly.
Thing is though,
and his contract don't even bloody end yet, guys.
He literally signed an extension in March.
His contract ends after the Euros 2024.
Yeah, what sort of manager doesn't play your top goal scorer in the tournament? I said this to you, Mason, the other day when you were crying, right? About who was better. About who was better.
Play left, Rashford on the left, Saka on the right, still crying, down the middle.
Right? Yeah, but you were still crying.
I wasn't crying.
Just admit it, mate.
I don't think I was crying, David.
You were. I could dare you sniffing it. So. Rashford on the left, Saka on the right, Foden as a number 10, and
why would I cry when you're including?
No, I don't think so. I think Bellingham in the position that he plays, that's where he thrives. The way he can just drive the ball.
I think Bellingham, Rice, and Henderson, 3 defensive midfielders.
Yeah, but Henderson's done all right.
No, not really. No, the thing is, Rice, what he does very well, he sits in front of the back four.
Henderson's a leader, and Rice has got that leadership.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, 3 central defensive midfielders. What's the fucking point? I know we're playing.
Bellingham's not a CDM though. This season, Bellingham's played way higher up the pitch. He's got
but he still goes back into the midfield.
Yeah, because we need the thing is, David, in the counter attack we had to nullify Mbappe and Dembele because those are their 2 main threats, especially them 2 running up 1v1 against Walker and Shaw. It's a long day, so we needed to have that sort of defensive cover because Mbappe 1v1 is crazy.
if you're always going to be a
trust
chicken,
Giroud to score the
if you
winner
always-
again against me.
look, Oris is pissed off. If honestly,
I'll
I think
take
it's-
over right now.
if you're always going to be a pussy and think like we need to stop this player, then sorry, but you shouldn't be a manager.
I don't think it's just.
I'm not saying
I
Mbappe's
think
not
it's just
good.
him.
I'm
I
not
think
saying
it's him.
Mbappe's not good because he's world class. But if you're just going to concentrate on one player, then you shouldn't be playing because I've seen it time and time again. Players have concentrated on a certain player. They've dragged that player away from wherever, and the ball has gone to the other person who's fucking clear on goal and gone on and scored because the team has been concentrating on.
You know
a certain
what? I
player.
actually must be ill because I'm actually going to
That's
agree
free.
with
No,
this
that
man
is true.
again,
That is
bro.
true.
I'm
But
going
the
to
thing
agree
is
with
that-
him again, for God's sake, man.
I think
But I
it's
will
just
just
like
say
Southgate
this.
just with his
Now
rational
listen,
thinking.
Walid has to talk. He hasn't been able to speak. Walid, go ahead and speak. Yeah.
No, I think it's just more so rational thinking from Southgate because it's especially the most important thing is that Mbappe in this World Cup has mainly been scoring his goals in the second half of matches, and you could tell in our second half performance we were way better than France. We dictated the play until they scored that second goal. They barely had a sniff of the whole game. Mbappe was nullified for most of the game, and overall we were able to play our football. So overall,
We
in
deserve to win.
terms of how we played, and in terms of game management, I don't think Southgate really got it that wrong. The only
I
problem,
think,
as I said,
I
is the
think in many
substitutions.
ways we actually
Substitutions coming
deserve
way
to
too
win.
late. The personnel that we're bringing on, that's just the only problems. And I feel like we need to have a midfielder that can come in for Henderson because Henderson's legs are going. He can't catch up anymore. He doesn't have that. He hasn't got that press to lead from the front anymore. I think we need to bring in someone, whether that's Conor Gallagher or someone. I don't care who.
Oh, no,
But we need someone,
Yeah.
anyone that can just bring that energy.
I've got
Because
to say
when
something.
Mason Mount came on, even though people are like, "Oh, Mason Mount," when I saw him warming up, I threw my flip flop across the room. I was fuming. But you know what? When he came on, he brought that the extra push that we needed going forward.
fell
Because
over.
we needed that in the
He fell
midfield.
over
Because
for
the
a
midfield's getting
penalty.
tired. So I think overall, if we manage our substitutions better, I think we could have at least gone to extra time.
I think, honestly, I agree everything you said there, bro.
I just
Honestly,
want to say
do.
something to Craig AFC. Sean Locke wants Gakpo. Sean Locke's dead, mate.
Go on.
He died about a
But
year
yeah,
ago.
just going on what you said there, mate, I'd actually agree with you fully. Honestly, I do. The substitutions that Gareth Southgate actually made, I do think that he should have made a little bit earlier, especially the Grealish one, man. Like, Manny, I know you agree full on this.
Mason,
Oh, I
Grealish
agree
one.
completely.
Mason
Hold
headline
on.
about
on.
Southgate. Headline
Let-
about Gate.
I
He
don't
says-
care at the moment. Hold on, let me land.
Yeah,
Go on,
David,
man.
please pipe down. Yeah,
Let
let
me
him
land.
speak. Yeah, go ahead, mate.
Let me land first, then you can do it, all right? So basically, Manny agrees, I know this for a fact, and I'm sure you boys all agree. Jack Grealish should have come on straight after they scored that second goal. I'm not being funny. He should have come on. He changed. He
Definitely.
can change the game. We
I
see
disagree.
this. I think he can. I know that he's not doing it for Manchester City. Everyone's calling him a flop on that, yeah? But he done it at Villa and he can do it at England and he will do it for Manchester City. He's got to be given time into Pep's system, man. There's
I
still
agree
players
completely.
there.
And yeah, and during the Euros,
I
he did
agree.
it for us time and time again. And I was, as I said, during the final, I was crying for Grealish to come
Same.
on during the second half itself.
It's,
But, you
honestly,
know-
I was literally fuming when he didn't get brought on. And then all of
Yeah,
a
but
sudden, I see him
I
getting brought on.
disagree with you. I disagree with you, Mason, and I'll tell you why.
Go
right.
for it.
Him, Rashford. Well, Rashford should have started anyway, but them two should have come on about 60 minutes, 65 minutes. Why wait until you're losing?
Mhm.
But also, I also
I
think
agree. I agree. Grealish should have come on. Same as
Yeah.
I agree. But they should have come on 10, 15 minutes before.
So
when it was funny.
what is this Gareth Southgate update that you've got? For
Oh,
me? Go
right,
on.
yeah. He's going to review and he's going to come back and decide his future. So it's come up.
Oh,
on
so he's
BBC.
getting a review. So he's
No,
going to
yeah,
make
he's
his
gonna-
own
he's gonna
future.
review.
Yeah,
So
well,
he's
here's-
going to make his own future, and the FA are just going to bottle it again.
Yeah, because the FA kisses us, bro.
Well
Because
done,
he does
FA.
exactly everything that.
I
the
honestly
FA
think
wanted.
Rashford's been sleeping with Southgate's wife. I honestly do.
Probably.
By the way,
Speaking of
Flair-
wives, I don't think Harry Kane's getting no nanny tonight.
I mean,
because he had
that
an
would be
absolute
credible
stinker.
if it were Grealish, but not Rashford. Rashford has at least played some games and scored some goals, you know.
Yeah, no, but then he gets dropped. Flair, check your messenger, mate.
Well, what's happened?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know whether Oris is there.
Yeah.
Or if he's just.
I think you know.
Are you
Waleed
are
was
you there,
talking about-
Oris?
Yeah, I mean,
He is. He
Oh,
is. He is. He is. I think let's take a look at the first half, though. I think from what I was watching, when I was commentating, of course, for Hanno's channel. Here's the thing. France actually were at least marginally the better team in the first half, and I think we all need to accept that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
you know, Waleed was talking about the lineup. I was expecting a 4-2-3-1. It ended up being a 4-3-3 because obviously, you know, the analysts in the studio were talking about how they wanted to ensure that there'd be more cover for Mbappe. So obviously Walker and Henderson would take that responsibility. I would assume that maybe someone like Bellingham and Shaw would sort of try and cover Griezmann, if you will. And for me, Mbappe and Griezmann were probably the two threats. It didn't really seem to work, though, because just like how Messi has been able to find some space against teams who supposedly have, you know, their best laid plans for him, Griezmann was pretty much all over the pitch. He was making tackles. He was being aggressive. I think it's fair to say that the booking he received in the first half sort of sedated him a bit. It didn't stop him from providing his that brilliant assist for the Giroud goal, of course. But I thought Griezmann obviously was certainly their biggest threat going forward. And obviously even Mbappe, people talk about how anonymous he was. But the thing about France is that they have two players who shine. They draw players, opponents away from the other members. And of course, Tchouaméni had the space and the time to shoot that. And the timing was exquisite because Bellingham was coming in, went through Bellingham's legs. Not too sure. I mean, maybe Pickford could have perhaps done a little bit better, but I
I
guess...
don't think so. The power was too much.
Oh, fuck off.
Beat him. And also, Bellingham was in front of Pickford. There was no way he was getting to that. No chance.
Maybe he was unsighted, you think?
Yeah.
Pickford, I'm a goalkeeper myself, and to be honest, as the angle from what I could see, Bellingham was blocking Pickford's view. I don't think he could see clearly enough to get a good proper hand onto that. I think if he would have seen clearly, to be honest, in that goal, first of all, I don't want to mention how it should have been a foul up the other end for Saka, but I'm going to say it because I'm English and I'm fucking angry about the situation. And it really did annoy me because it should have been a free kick, even if it was just a free kick outside the box. Yeah, it wasn't a penalty, but it should have been at least a free kick outside that box. Then the goal would not have happened, yeah? They probably would have scored, but it wouldn't have happened. Cancelled it out, right? So that happened. So the goal happened. Why didn't someone, if it was Bellingham, he should have got out to him quicker. He should have.
Exactly.
And that's why he should be on the ball. And that's why Pickford, I could see how angry he was with the defenders as well. Someone needs to pick up these guys because these guys are
completely.
They're world champions, man. They're world champions, and that's why they're hanging on to this World Cup. You know,
I would agree with that. And I was also going too. But here's the thing: another thing to consider is that Jordan Pickford is incorrigibly left-handed and left-footed, so his right side is not really his strongest side, if you will.
I can agree with that. I am left-footed and left-handed as well, but.
Oh yeah,
I'm left-footed. Sorry, I'm left-footed and right-handed, so I've got the best of both worlds in many ways.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And of course, Joe Hart was left-handed, but he threw with his right hand and kicked with his right foot.
Yeah,
just like David Seaman. Go figure. But anyway, I guess you know, maybe perhaps there's always going to be some talk about whether he could have moved a bit quicker to his right, but I don't really want to put too much blame on Pickford. I think. You know, he has certainly proved to be a reliable England goalkeeper during Southgate's reign. And certainly right now, forget about Pope and Ramsdale and even Henderson. He is England's best choice. Certainly
and just forget about Everton for a minute as well. You know what I mean? Despite club levels, it ain't down to him. He's been fantastic. And even when people going Arsenal fans, these are Arsenal fans. I'm an Arsenal fan. As are you, Manny. People going, oh, Ramsdale number one. Ramsdale. I'm saying Ramsdale is England's future number one. Future. Big word. Future. Not right now because Pickford has got that. And until he really messes up in that England shirt, which he hasn't, he won't lose that spot.
Agreed. Completely. Agreed.
Ramsdale should have been
agreed. Now, knock it off, David. You're taking the mickey.
Come on, David, man.
Let's go for the
Arsenal want Memphis Depay.
Memphis Depay. I would have him. I'd have Griezmann as well, mate. Bring them all.
Yeah, but anyway, listen, we got some comments to read. Oris, go ahead, son.
Yeah, because we haven't had no comments. I mean, I haven't had added any comments. So let's go for the first one. Big up Hashim, Chelsea fans says big up yourself. Craig says panel, big up. I'm not ever eating another baguette. That ref was shocking. Harry Payne did a Chris Waddle in 1990.
I'll never
don't
try
remind
snails
me of
ever.
that.
Typical had to be a Tottenham player to bottle it.
Nay, big up
Right.
Chelsea
Not
fan.
surprised.
Onto the ball, Scott. Obviously, sad face.
Oh no, man, we're
Craig
all feeling it,
says-
bro.
Craig says, I hope Morocco beat France. Yeah,
Same.
that's a shout. But listen,
Yeah, well,
Morocco.
Craig, you've got to try a Moroccan tagine, mate. Awesome dish.
Wait, haven't I got Morocco in our sweepstake?
Did you?
I swear I got Morocco.
I don't know. But
If
I
I
will
got
double
Morocco,
check.
I'll be well happy.
I
I'm
need
sure
to double
I did.
check who's in the obviously last 2 rounds. So I do need to double check. Chelsea fan says Craig so says I just hope it's not a repeat of the 2018 World Cup final, France versus Croatia. Yeah, exactly.
Probably
Cheers,
will
man,
be,
big up.
mate.
Craig
I hope
says
so.
Southgate is very similar to Arteta when it comes
Yeah,
to
I agree.
substitutions.
Agree.
Mm.
Especially in the Man United game. Especially in the Man United game.
Craig says
Substitutions must be that
Ronaldo.
game.
Ronaldo's a
Shouldn't have been
selfish
offside
twat. He
goal.
should
We would
have
have
stayed on the
smashed you
pitch.
otherwise.
Craig says
On to the
Ronaldo's a
Emirates.
selfish twat. He should have stayed on the pitch with the rest of the
Don't forget, we've already beat you there once this season.
What, the women's?
I was there.
What, the women's? Is it the
Mate,
men's? When's the last time the men's won there?
2 years ago. I
When's the
think.
last time your men? Exactly 2 years ago. Yeah.
That means you've won one since.
David?
That means you've won one since.
David?
Craig says Harry Kane won't be the same player for Tottenham after this.
No,
Craig
it'll
says-
still be shit.
Who is Sean Lock once Gakpo?
The only Sean Lock I know is the Sean Lock that used to be on 8 out of 10 cats, and he died 2 years ago. So I don't know.
Luke
unless he's
Shaw,
back from
man. Luke Shaw.
the dead. No,
He's brilliant, Luke Shaw, man. He's quality.
Sean Lock, Mason. Not Luke
Oh,
Sean Lock, not Luke Shaw.
Oh, I thought he was on. on
Yeah,
Shaw, man.
Hardy, big up the substance, big up the panel. I knew this elimination was inevitable. France overall were excellent. Their mentality and quality shows that Southgate cost us the game with his in management. Craig says, I know that what I meant by it. You look a bit like Sean Lock. I apologize.
Oh yeah, that's right. He calls me Sean Lock.
Oh. Oh, is that a nice little naughty?
Yeah, that's
little
right, I
article
remember
chat?
now.
I see. Good man. Big up yourself.
Yeah, I remember now.
Sean Lock, the
Craig's
comedian,
always
innit?
the real
The
one.
comedian, innit? The comedian.
Yeah, I
one.
remember now. He called me Sean Lock. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Hardy says,
comedian.
ultimately, throughout spells in the game, we were dominant. However, the officiating was abysmal, and the official didn't even review any infringement intelligently. Southgate is incompetent. AFC Flair, big up says Southgate out, can't sub off our best player. Says big
Best
up
player
channel,
from the bench.
big up yourself, Flair.
No, it's here that I'm actually going to disagree. I mean, Saka had to be subbed off because there's always a danger, and I think Mason, you can back me up on this, mate. The thing about Saka is that every single manager who has him in his team, be it Arteta or Southgate, has a tendency to overplay him and let him run himself into the ground a little bit. I mean, he gave him a rest against Wales, which was good, but then brought him back against Senegal, and probably thought that he'd be able to work his magic. And don't get me wrong, he and Henderson combining down the right were absolutely terrific. But there's always going to be that thing with Saka that if he runs a little bit too hard, he will tire out quite easily. So he had to be brought off. My only issue is that you do not take off Saka and bring on Mason freaking Mount. It's got to be Super Jackie Grealish. Simple as that. And I think going back to what Hardeep said, Southgate's management during the game was simply abysmal. Mason, go ahead, mate.
Yeah, I just want to agree with you on that. Saka also got absolutely kicked the hell out of during that game. The amount of fouls he was getting against him weren't even given most of them.
Let's go.
It's like Neymar all over again, for Pete's sake.
Saka will come back to the
goes
Premier
down
League
too
and he'll
easily
get
as well.
absolutely battered in that again. He's just too good. But Jack Grealish definitely should have come on.
Yeah.
Mason Mount let the Masons down, man. He let the Masons down. You are no longer a part of the Masons. Change your name,
guys,
Mr. Mount, man.
I know
Change your name.
I know how we're all annoyed about how we lost it, but I think we should put a little bit of credit on France, but especially on Olivier Giroud, because consistently, time and time again, I remember I was watching the overlap, that Van Dijk did with Gary Neville, And he was like, Giroud is one of the most annoying strikers to ever come up against. He's always there, always scores whatever situation, doesn't matter. He's always there.
Shame
I
we couldn't
remember-
have
Are you
done
gonna
that
make up
for
for stuff
Arsenal
around
during the
the
league? Credit has to be
2016
put on him
2017
because-
season. We could have ended up winning the league, eh,
I
mate?
remember
Yeah, I know.
going back to Giroud, Walid. I remember. I think it was 2019. I think it was United versus Chelsea and Arsenal versus City in the FA Cup semi-finals.
Yeah.
Everybody said when the draw was made, it was going to be a Manchester Derby final. Everybody said it, and Arsenal beat City, and Chelsea beat United, and then I think Arsenal went on to win the title.
Arsenal
Yeah.
did go on that.
Yeah.
I can confirm that.
It was
David.
2019, wasn't it? 2019.
Yeah,
No, it's
20,
2020.
it
And
might
that
be.
game-
2020. 2020.
It was
2020.
2020 and 2017 we beat Manchester
But listen, guys, that
City
was
in
on
the
the
semi.
Ollie.
And
Let's not talk about Ollie.
that semi-final,
Yeah.
Giroud just showed how good he was that game. He
Giroud's
was
brilliant,
absolutely
man.
fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
to be
let's-
fair, the hair of that game was disgusting. But
Mm.
yeah,
We're
Giroud that
talking
game
about-
was good.
We're talking about manager that we had on the Ollie. So yeah, we've got a lot of comments to go
Yeah,
through.
big up Giroud, man. Even though you left us to go.
Big up Varane as well, the best centre back in the
Chelsea,
league.
man. Big
Craig
up
Jones.
Varane. Big up France. But they did sort of like they
Big
did have
up-
the ref
big up-
on their side.
Big
Man.
up
They
Raphael.
were quite dirty. I
Yeah,
have to say
David,
that.
best
They
centre
were
back in the
dirty.
league, right?
Yep.
Also, I know
Yeah,
Oris was laughing a
best
little
back
bit when he saw
Martinez.
him in the starting 11, but big up Jules Koundé kept Foden quiet, for being honest.
Nah,
Foden
Kunde's
didn't
Oh,
do
yeah.
much.
Nah,
Foden didn't do much. that game. Koundé locked him
Kunde's
up.
Joey from Benidorm. Seriously, if you've never seen Benidorm, go and watch it, man. Seriously.
As long as he's not Joey from Friends, I can live with that.
Joey
No,
from
Manny, have you ever seen Benidorm?
No,
Yeah.
mate, I haven't. That's
He looks
why.
exactly like him, and on the show he is thick, like thick, literally. Yeah, he looks.
Oh my
Oh,
days,
brilliant.
man.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that till now.
Yeah.
True.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
But
brilliant.
listen, we still got a lot of comments. Craig says, Tuchel for the England job, no chance.
Nah, sorry, mate. I'd rather
No.
take Enrique.
Now, listen, let's discuss this. Let's discuss this because I think we can all agree, basically, that we need to have a new approach. And obviously, with Tuchel coming in, he knows how to get the best of a group of players.
No, he
There is,
doesn't.
of course, no, Oris, let me speak now. There is, of course, a case considering the poor form that Edward Mendy has had this season. I think someone on Twitter said the fact that Tuchel was able to bring in Edward Mendy and convert him into a Champions League winner and also an AFCON winner. He really is a superb manager. I mean, maybe that person on Twitter was taking the mickey, and we can all agree that there are some people who really put the twit in Twitter. But objectively, let's take a look at some of the merits that Tuchel might bring. I think he does. He has had a terrific record with Chelsea in terms of winning games, and also he's won some trophies. Obviously, with the Chelsea new board pretending to be ruthless and ambitious, they decided to sack him and bring in Graham, who's pretty much potted along by comparison, pun intended. But Tuchel has since been busy. I think he's actually come over to India for a little bit of curb to.
Can I visit
I
you,
think
buddy?
he was in a different state, I think, and obviously he was going on to try and watch some games in the Indian Super League and catch up with a few mates of his, and then also he's been quite busy doing a lot of other stuff. But if we do have to take a foreign manager, why not take one who speaks English, who knows about the Premiership system, who has seen some English players play, and who might relish the challenge of doing something different. A lot of people have agreed with me in saying that he is a fine manager. He might just prefer the day-to-day
Why
grind
don't
of
you
club
guys want
football. But
Pochettino?
RS, calm down, mate. Please,
Poch is
please
shit.
calm down. And yeah, listen.
Yeah, I wouldn't
you know,
take a Tottenham bottle job.
Yeah, here's the thing. Pochettino lost the Champions League final. Yes, he was able to work wonders with that Tottenham team. But mind you, they did comparatively reach that final almost via the back door. They were minutes away from losing to Erik ten Hag's Ajax. And then it was Lucas Moura with that hat trick, which broke the Dutch hearts and broke that team. But you don't want a Champions League winner, but you'd rather have a Champions League runner-up. Doesn't make any sense to me. And I just think that with the way Tuchel knows how to manage certain games and try and get the best out of a few players, he can certainly provide an approach. And the best thing about a German, as Liverpool fans can agree with Jurgen Klopp, is that his English, of course, will be phenomenal. He'll be certainly an upgrade on the Italian Sergeant Major. And of course, the less said about that sex-crazed Swede, the better. I think having a German in would certainly be a novel approach.
What
I do
about
take the point
Norwegian?
that I'll come to the. We'll talk about that in a minute. I mean, if you're suggesting Ole Solskjaer, forget about it. Don't even think about it.
David,
But
you're
then-
such a troll, man.
Yeah. Enough's
I'm
enough.
go-
Enough's
You're a
enough. Enough's
troll,
enough.
bro.
Enough's enough.
Guys,
Enough's
guys,
enough.
guys,
But
I've got
but here's the
some
thing. Here's the
important
thing.
news.
Here's the thing. Obviously, you know, he'd been improvement on those two, obviously, and I think I take the point that obviously England's rugby team fired their Aussie coach Eddie Jones quite recently. Jones did do some good things, but in the end, I think the form was just terrible and he had to go. But getting a German to manage England wouldn't be too bad. And obviously, I'd like to think that the efficiency that would be brought to the team would certainly improve a great deal. And tactically, it would be at least an improvement on Southgate in a way. He was very unproven at club level before taking the job. I think it was a case of jobs for the boys because he was promoted from managing England's youth teams to take the senior job. So why not bring in someone like Tuchel? Oris, you can come in later on. Obviously, you have your reservations about him. But Mason, Tuchel in, what do you think?
Yeah, man, I'm Tuchel in, bro. I'm Tuchel in. You can just see me nodding my head on everything you're saying, Manny. And I can certainly say this. I'm definitely not ill when you are right. When what you were saying is correct. Unlike David, I might have to say that I might be ill with what he's saying because me and David never bloody agree. But Manny, me and you both agree with each other quite a lot.
Honesty, Mason, how many people don't agree? In all honesty, though, how many people don't agree with Manny?
No one, bruv, because
Exactly.
Manny talks
Manny is the
sense,
man.
bro. You know why? You know why, David? I'm going to set you straight here, David, right? You know why he talks sense? Because he doesn't have that biased cap on, biased United cap that you just can't get off, you know what I mean? That little, get it off my head, bro. It's like me, hold on. It's like me putting on this cap, right? And I can't get it off my head because I'm biased. Like, boom, now I've got it off my head, I'm unbiased. That's
Yeah,
what
you
you
messed
got to
your hair
do in
up.
these situations, David, man.
You messed your hair up,
Listen,
mate.
We're gonna go with something important news. I mean,
But
it's
I
news.
will have to go in a minute, guys. So all I will say is this:
Mason, you
CR7.
need to know about this before you go, by the way. But it's
Go
not
on.
really news to me. But according to how the racial slurs,
Yeah, I've looked. I can't see any.
Hang on, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Racial slurs.
Pardon
are
me for
commented-
cussing, but
Hang on, let
again.
me read. Yeah, sorry.
I did earlier on when I saw it.
They were late. Racial slurs are commented on Rashford's Instagram recent post. It's very much similar to the Euros, but again, the lack of education and respect is concerning our society. Why isn't Kane criticized? For me, I'm not surprised that obviously racial
I don't understand why
I will
Rashford's
just
getting
say
blamed.
this. I'm not surprised in this. And you know what? When Harry Kane missed that penalty, I said, you know what? He won't get hate. You know why? And it's a horrible thing to say because
white.
he isn't black, and that's the whole point. If
Mason,
you're not,
before you go,
it's
what was
horrible.
your-
It's horrible.
Mason.
And hold on, let me land, David, because this is serious, right?
Yeah.
If no matter what colour you are, no matter how much it hurt missing that penalty for Kane, yeah, for all England fans, it must have hurt Kane. And this is me not being biased, right? Harry Kane, I mug you off. I take the mick out of you because you're one of them. You're one of them Spurs boys, yeah? But when you put on that England shirt, I put my bias cap away, unlike David, yeah? I had to get a little dig in there. But like, at this moment, yeah, you need to support your players. You need to support your countrymen, yeah? And Rashford getting abused, Saka getting abused, and Sancho getting abused in the Euro final was disgraceful. And it was terrible what them three went through, yeah? And it's no excuse to do it again to Rashford. What did Rashford do so bad in the Euros or this? I know he missed the penalty in the Euros, but that ain't bad. That's no excuse for flipping racism, right? And I'm not being funny. There is no excuse. And there won't be any hate to Harry Kane simply because of the colour of his skin. And I think that's disgraceful. I'm sorry, lads, but I need to say this. That is disgraceful. And you know what? I'm sorry, but Black Lives Matter. All lives flipping matter, right? And that is where the standards should be. This country shouldn't be going like this. This world shouldn't be going like this. And Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms, yeah, I'm speaking to you lot because you lot need to take a line, take a stand for this and get these little people who think they're all that, taking a mickey and being racist to these footballers who are human, who have hearts, need to get off this social media. End of my rant, guys. I'm sorry.
Thing is, though, what did Rashford do wrong
Thank you,
today?
Manny.
What did
He
Rashford
didn't.
do
He
wrong?
didn't do nothing. This is the thing. He didn't do
That
nothing
free
wrong,
kick,
and this is
that
why it
free kick was
angers
so
me, bro.
close.
I'm sure Saka will get hate as well. I'm sure even bloody Sancho, and he's sitting in bloody Manchester. You know what I mean? Sipping
No,
on
he's
his
not.
coffee, probably watching this.
No,
He'll probably get hate.
He's in
He'll
Holland.
probably get hate, bro. It's horrible to think that we live in a society, that we live in a
You
world.
know what's the worst
like
part about this? Even Jude Bellingham might get hate.
Yeah,
And that
exactly.
poor boy had a wonderful tournament, for Pete's sake.
It's been brilliant for us, and this is the thing that I don't understand with this society and this world. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all these social media platforms needs to get a grip of this and start banning people. And police from wherever you are, it doesn't matter, but whoever sent it needs to get arrested and put into bloody prison, because this is getting ridiculous. This needs to be kicked out, and this should have been kicked out ages ago. I'm sorry, lads, but I had to take over there and run.
Mason, before you leave, I want
Yep.
I want all three of your opinions on here, right? Going back to the previous game, right? Ronaldo went off, supposedly crying. Some people said he was laughing, right? I posted on my social media and said that was not captain, because a captain would have stayed out on the pitch and consoled his teammates, his younger players, etc. And I got called a bully because of it. And I got called...
Who called you a bully?
My boss. But
your boss?
Yeah, on my Facebook.
I was going to say, I never called you a bully. I was just taking the mic.
No, I don't even see what. No, it was on Facebook. But I just want to. I want you to say who was right. Was I right to say that that Ronaldo should have stayed on the pitch as a captain and consoled his players, or he did the right thing by fucking off? Mason, I'll let you go first.
Right. Well, I'll just say this: Ronaldo should have been. I'm sorry.
Don't forget, you've already agreed with me 3 times today.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to agree with you no more, so I might just have to lie here. Ronaldo's an absolute goat. He's a hero, bro. Of course, he should walk off there crying, bro. Of course, he should not console his teammates. I don't want to agree with David no more. Right. I'll actually do the truth. Right.
Listen,
I'll do the
yeah,
truth
go ahead.
now.
Sorry, Mason.
I'll do the truth. Sorry, Manny. I'll do the truth. Ronaldo, I'm actually shocked in your behaviour, man. I'm absolutely shocked in your behaviour. I know you're upset that you lost a quarter-final in the World Cup, yeah? I'm like, fair enough. But even Harry Blimmin Kane lost and missed a flipping penalty, skied it. You know what? It actually hit me in my face. It knocked through my window and hit me in the face because it was that bloody high. It flew all the way to England, you get me? But look, he still condoned his teammates. He still went up to all of the teammates, yeah, and all of them actually, and shook their hands and condoned them, and they did the same. That is the real condeverness in this England.
What's
squad.
that, David?
What is that?
It's Harry Kane's football outside Buckingham Palace.
Nah, bro, it hit me. It hit me down here, bro.
Let's go through the comments. Actually, no. Before we do that, obviously.
I'll hear what Manny's got to say about Ronaldo.
Go on, man.
No, but here's the thing, Mason. I think,
shit.
you are going to have to leave. So, Mason, it's been wonderful
You wanna
having
shout
you
out
on.
your
Take care of yourself.
Absolutely love to you boys. MK the Don on Instagram, YouTube as well. Obviously, I'm a co-host here on Oris Talks Football. My main stuff is on here because I love this channel. Big up everyone on it. Absolutely love to you guys. It's not coming home, but we will still get rid of Southgate once and for all. Southgate out. Peace.
From your lips,
love everyone.
cheers, brother. Thank you very much indeed.
See you later, boys.
All right, cheers. And I was willing to say that, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones because Kane wasn't willing to answer any questions. But now that you've reminded me that Kane still stayed on the pitch, I think I'm going to have to agree with you there. And, there was a part of me that actually was thinking that it would be nice if Morocco beat Portugal just to see Piers Morgan eat crow. And, it's sad for Ronaldo in a way, but I think you're absolutely spot on. It just goes to show that, when it comes to captaincy and captaincy behavior, you can't make it all about yourself. He ended up leaving, I believe it was Pepe and Bruno Fernandes to face the music and answer the questions. Ronaldo simply, just couldn't do that. And that's where you got to have the strength. And that is one of the reasons why, even if Lionel Messi were to have his dream ended in the semi or the final, he'd still be willing to, front the media and answer questions, because that is how he is. I think the joke that, Portugal carries Ronaldo, but Messi carries Argentina, that still stands. And I think we're going back to this question now from Craig Malloy. Would I take Arsene Wenger? No. no, mate. I think his managerial days are long gone. He's got a cushy job with FIFA on their technical committee. Let him enjoy his retirement. He's sort of out to pasture. He can talk as much as he wants. I thought that what he said about how the teams which protested ended up performing poorly was a little bit silly, because I remember a certain Eden Hazard saying, well, Germany lost, so they shouldn't have protested. We are here to play football and do whatever we need to do. And then lo and behold, they ended up getting bounced out at the expense of Morocco. And I believe it was who else was there? I don't quite remember.
But yeah, David, I know you have to go, but do you want to shout out your YouTube channel and stuff?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, my football one is True Red Devil channel. I've not been on there much recently because of the World Cup. There's no point in being on there because, as everyone knows, I'm not bothered about the World Cup. Also, if it's okay with Oris, I have started a brand new channel up today for movies. It's Movie Mavericks. Please come and see it. I'll be discussing anything movies. We could be doing sport movies. Could be doing any movies. So yeah, hopefully my first show will be tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, thanks for having me on, Oris. Manny, it's been too long. I can't remember the last time we were on together because, like I say, I haven't been doing it. But yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. And just remember, football's not coming home, but Rashford, Maguire, and Shaw are, along with Bruno and Dallo.
Big up, David, man. Always appreciate you.
See you later, mate. Bye-bye. See you later, Manny.
Yeah,
Take care.
Thank you.
Take care.
Big up, as
Big
always.
up, David. Yeah, man.
As always. And I think I will have the last word on Ronaldo by saying, he really, that image of him walking off like that, I know the emotions got to him, but he really should have, put the team before himself. If Thiago Silva and Dani Alves could still stay on the pitch and offer their commiserations to Neymar and their fellow players and be the true elder statesmen they were, then clearly Ronaldo should have done better. And it is what it is, though. So we're looking forward to the semi-finals. Oris, where are you now?
I'm here. It's fine.
Yeah. So, with all of that out of the way, I think we have to look forward to the semi-finals. We've got Croatia against Argentina and France against Morocco. Croatia and Argentina will be interesting. It'll have all the feel of an El Clasico match between the Real Madrid, Modric, and the Barcelona, Messi. Of course, it was interesting to see how both of their dreams were extended for one more match by penalty shootouts, but for one of them, their dream will come to an end. That should be an interesting game. I think Dalic might do his homework on Argentina, but Scaloni will have to sharpen himself tactically, because if we're complaining about Southgate, in my opinion, Scaloni has been pretty awful in sticking with a few players who clearly aren't up to scratch. What do you think about that upcoming semi-final? What do you think will happen then?
I think there's going to be upset. I can feel an upset happening. Obviously, as you said about Scaloni, man, he hasn't been that good in the World Cup. They just rely on Messi. But listen, there could be a massive upset, but I think Morocco, they're gonna go to the final. I think they are.
Yeah, but here, I mean, we'll come to Morocco in a minute. But the thing about Argentina is, we think that the Messi's apple cart could be upset. We thought it could happen against the Netherlands, and somehow they found a way to get through. I remember Italia 90 when the Argentina then were a pale shadow of the team that won the trophy 4 years previous, and Maradona was definitely starting his decline. Thanks to Sergio Goycochea, their substitute goalkeeper, they ended up winning 2 penalty shootouts to get to the final. But then that final was an absolute disgrace. And if I don't want to see the Argentina-Croatia game descend into an absolute farce like the Argentina-Netherlands game was, with 1.5 dozen yellow cards being dished out and the post-game red card for Denzel Dumfries. I just want to see a good game of football. I think Dalic will do his homework, but maybe Scaloni will have a trick up his sleeve. If he decides to drop Lautaro Martinez and maybe give Paulo Dybala a chance, I will say hallelujah, but I can't see that happening. However, as long as you've got Messi in your team and the likes of Alvarez and Fernandez who are willing to support him, you just can't rule them out. And I'm going to stick my neck out and go for Argentina to win 2-1, because apart from Modric and maybe Perisic, I don't see too much that Croatia will have to offer, although maybe as a team Dalic will do his homework. But France against Morocco. You say Morocco will reach the final. Why are you so confident?
Listen, Ziyech. For me, it's just the way they play. Like they play for the manager. Obviously, Amrabat, man. One player in particular, Amrabat. He's been sensational, man. This guy. Remember, he used to play for a Premier League club. I forgot what team.
Watford, I believe.
Watford, yes. So, Amrabat, you could come back. Ziyech, obviously, doing his thing. And Nesri. Listen, I think Morocco can do it, man. Literally, if they just keep calm, don't get over excited. Just play the same way how you played today, and I think they can do it, man. Obviously, Morocco, man. Obviously, with France, let's admit that second half, England would dominate them. Right? We would dominate France, but I think Morocco, if they use the same tactics that they use, I think they can do it, man. But yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing also, let's not forget the assortment of attacking talent that Deschamps does have at his disposal. He was able to bring on the likes of Kingsley Coman, and of course there will be a few others who want to come on. And Morocco, several of them will be well aware of the French system. Hakimi, of course, plays for Paris Saint-Germain, so he will know a thing or two about how to keep Mbappe quiet. In fact, if Hakimi will play it right back, Mbappe will be on the left. That duel will be a duel for the ages. I just think France might have a little bit too much for them, and this is where France's know-how and experience will come through. It shone through today, and I think it'll shine through again in the semi-final. I'm going for France to win 2-1. Of course, Morocco do have the best goalkeeper in the tournament in Yassine Bouno right now, who's only conceded one goal, an own goal, but. I think this is probably where he will be tested. I think Giroud and Mbappe and Griezmann and the attacking talent they have at their disposal, the midfield, I think the quality will just shine through. I think for all of the credit we give to Morocco, they were holding on. They had a player sent off, but they still held on. And Portugal were just toothless, really. Even when Ronaldo came on, he didn't offer very much, but France are a different story. So France to win 2-1. The potential Argentina-France final, Messi against Mbappe, that could be something to savour, or it could very well be Modric against Mbappe. Yeah. And, Morocco also starting to stretch their squad a bit thin with a few players getting injured. A few of them will be suspended. We'll see what happens, but all I can say is, controversy aside, I think I've enjoyed this World Cup. I'm not going to go on the hyperbole and say it's been the best World Cup ever, because it seems that we say that about every tournament that's come and gone. But certainly some of the action, the drama has been outstanding, and I'm really happy to have been able to watch it and bring coverage of that to YouTube. And thanks a lot for doing this stream, and thanks for having me on, son.
No worries, man. No worries. Coming here from Zaha quote saying, "I don't take the knee. Why should we prove that we matter?" From Zaha. I remember he actually said that, but listen,
yes,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'll have one more thing to say. Yeah. All of you trolls who see it fit to shout at Marcus Rashford, you better direct your anger at Gareth Southgate. I'm Southgate out for a reason. You do not bring Marcus Rashford on with only 5 minutes to go and expect
no way. Look at this comment, money.
Scott Parker? Mate, no. I work as well with other series in all departments. No. He was sacked by Bournemouth, for Pete's sake. Sacked by Bournemouth. And we're thinking of bringing him in? No. It's got to be Tuchel or someone else. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, again, to all of you racists who see it fit to, come at Rashford or even come at Saka, go crawl under that rock where you belong. You lot are cretins and a disgrace to society. And I hope that Instagram and Twitter kick you off those platforms for good.
100%. I'm just going to repeat what you said. Like, for me, the reason why when I saw Hardy's comment, I said, it doesn't surprise me, because I know these English fans, man. Because I just knew it. As soon as Rashford had that free kick, I knew, if he misses, he's going to get slayed. He's going to get racist comments, and it's not a surprise to me, because these English fans, they never learn. It's just the little kids, man. They just don't understand this. Rashford is a human being. They just don't understand that. Rashford, for me, just leave him alone. He's just a human being, and then just attacking him for no reason. Like Southgate, it took him what 77 minutes to make a sub.
Yeah, I think Oris is having some. Good.
No, I'm
You're
back.
back.
No, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, listen, it took him how long? 77 minutes for Southgate to make a sub. So for me, the anger and hate, or whatever you want to call it, should go to Southgate and the coaching stuff as well. But I'm just not surprised, man, because they never learn. For me, I do blame with the people of Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, because they don't do enough action, in my opinion, because they always say, oh, we respect like people and that such and such, but take action at least. If you do respect it, take action, but they don't. So yeah, it is what it is. But no, Craig. No, I think no. I don't think no one took it personal. It's fine. I think David knows that you're to him anyways. But yeah, big up Millie. A says, hey guys, big up yourself. I've never seen you, so yeah, big up yourself. But yeah, listen. Craig says, great stream, fellas. Respect. Big up Craig, man. As always, big up to yourself, Craig. But yeah, man. Craig says, I like Morocco's right back Hakimi. Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. He's very good. Very, very good right back. Like literally, he's up there, man. He's up there. But these players will perform because they know that January transfer window is coming up and they want to perform and they want to get the attention to the big clubs. So they are going to perform. This is the World Cup. So yeah, I think we discussed it now. Any more comments that I missed? Really read that. Yep, Scott Parker. Yep, has tiny. Yep, has tiny 10% is written stars for Argentina to win the World Cup as Messi last cup. Craig says Argentina versus France in the final. Yep, Craig says you wouldn't see Messi leaving the pitch like what Ronaldo did. Yeah, 100%. It's just facts. I think for me, last minute we'll wrap up with Ronaldo thing. Obviously, I'm not his biggest fan, but to see him cry like that, it does make me a bit, obviously, a bit sad. But for me, listen, that's Ronaldo for you. That's Ronaldo, and yeah, man. Listen, he only cares about himself. For me, he doesn't want to applaud the fans. Like flew from Portugal to Qatar, so he doesn't care about that. So. Is what it is. Craig says, Manny, I just liked the tweet about Rashford. Yeah, big up yourself. But yeah, Manny, do you want to shout yourselves out, your socials?
Yeah. Well, obviously, Craig's comment segued into my socials. So that tweet is, of course, on Twitter, and you can catch that at Thangadorai1981, which is my surname and my year of birth. I'm also about to put that as my story on Instagram, and you can catch that at Manny Thangadorai1981, which is my full name and my year of birth. Haven't been promoting the World Cup too much on Instagram because obviously of the controversies, but I have been making a few tweets every now and then. Ola Sakuni, big up to you, brother. Thank you for joining in, albeit late. I'd love to do another stream with you again, and hopefully we can discuss more and more about the World Cup and obviously England, where we go from here. But until then, you can also find me on several channels on YouTube. Big up to Oris and Oris Talks Football. Always happy to be a part of this team. Big up to Hanno Trollope and his Coach's Corner. I've been doing some watch-alongs and with commentary and analysis on his channel. Big up, of course, to Stephen Featley. I've done a few watch-alongs with him for this World Cup. Hopefully, I'll get to do a semi-final or two with him. I know he's been having it rough a little bit recently, but I want to shout you out, mate. Miss you a great deal. Big up as well to Up the Cherries in All Departments, a Bournemouth-based fan channel. I do a series with them called World Cup Cherries, just a few episodes where we talk about the tournament and what we can expect going forward for England, and also talk about some other things World Cup related. We could be doing something special coming up for the semi-final and the final, so do please keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Other channels, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV. Huge shout out before I forget to Del Boy Gunner TV, my first foray into YouTube. He brings the crack. He's the bleeding story. Shout out to him. Also, shout out to other channels, the True Red Devils podcast with David Shaw, who was here earlier, Chelsea, Dan, a few others. If I've missed anyone, I'll send you a check in the post. But I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing. I love doing this. gives me a chance to say what I want to say and let the chips fall where they may. And I hope to see you all again soon. Until then, as usual, sleep well, have a good Sunday. Don't do anything Orist or I wouldn't do. And for now, I'm out.
Big up money as always, man. But yeah, obviously you guys know how to find me, Orist Football on YouTube. Same thing for Instagram, for Twitter, Orist Footy. Yeah, man, big up yourselves. Big up everyone in the comments that was taking part. Big up everyone that's watching. Make sure you guys smash the like, subscribe if you're new. We'll be back soon with another stream, probably to recap the England game, and then obviously club football is obviously Premier League is returning soon, so expect more streams. But listen, big up Manny for joining. Big up David and Mason Walid for joining as well. Good stream. But obviously, it wasn't the best result tonight. But listen, it's fine. Hopefully, the boys the United boys put their heads up. And yeah, man, for me, I know today's been bad for the United Reds. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes, Dalot, Shaw, Maguire. But listen, it is what it is. It's World Cup. There will be upsets, and hopefully, they return back and they're all ready for the next game that we have. So big up Manny, big up everyone, and we'll see you next time.